Making a movie coming great ain't solid now, but when you eatin', everybody wanna plate, wanna see it at the table, wanna act like they grateful. Don't mess with outsiders, y'all looking real unstable. If anything, they should ask me how I do it. Start taking notes, recording my every movement. I know that I'm the best and I ain't gotta.
Let's do one here today with model Jade Mai. Hi, Jade.
Hi.
We're gonna clap for you. So, Jade.
Yes.
Yeah, I know we were talking a little bit before this, so
Yeah.
it was cool to like to sit down and like get to know you a little bit before being on air. So
Yes.
we might go over a couple of things we already talked about.
Yeah.
But just to begin, can you let everyone know what it is that you do creatively?
I guess bottom line, I am a fashion model, runway model in general.
And what else?
Listen, I've been spreading out a lot more. So ultimately model's the title, but whatever you would want to call dancer, music videos, just more models, dancers, and what else do I do? It just all revolves around modeling. That's all.
See, and that's good because that means you have your niche. And the only reason I said what else is because of the fact that you were telling me about the fact that you did like the dancing and all of that. And so I know a lot of us, like as creatives, say that we're one thing, but we're just so multidimensional.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
So I want to know a little bit about your background, I suppose. We'll start with how did you get into modeling, and why you're interested in doing that?
It's such an open question. I get it a lot. I think I've just always enjoyed being in front of the camera since I was like, even probably like senior year photos, like, you know what you do in high school. And I've just had people here and there like hit me up to take pictures, and I've always been photogenic. So I think, and it just was like slower, like just there, just testing out. And it probably wasn't until 2022 or late 2021, early 2022, I think I did a concept. It was my first concept ever. It was like a Zodiac theme shoot. And it was with Grace, which is the photographer. It was like a meetup. I think it was a meetup, and someone had shared it with me. I don't really know why. I think just because I wasn't modeling like seriously back then. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So showed up. They did what they did, and the pictures were great. And so it's like a funny story when I think about it. So I think Grace had posted it in this Milwaukee Models Facebook group, which I wasn't in. And my daytime job is at HR. So, you know, and I think also back then I had red hair. I was kind of like more normalish looking, if you want to call it, like just like basic red hair. I don't think I had gotten pierced yet or tattooed as much yet. So that was like baseline Jade. And then my HR manager one day was like, Jade, do you model? I've seen these pictures on Facebook. I was like, what pictures? Because I didn't know it was posted. And she like showed me, and I mean, that's just between us. And I was like, oh yeah, like I guess a little bit. And then she had said like, oh, she models too. And she runs the Facebook group, and it was like a really good connection, like right there. Like she was always like a great manager to me. So it was just like, oh, we have like this little thing that we keep on the side, and we still stay connected to this day. And she was like, oh, there's this runway casting coming up, Indie Fash. I don't know if you heard of it. And I said, oh, okay, like what does that entail? And she gave me the details, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll show up. Sorry, the story's so long, but
no, we have time.
I showed up just by myself. it said found the flyer. It said like wear all black, heels, whatever. So I know nobody at this point. Shocking, like I was a nobody. I felt like, and you walk in, and it was at a dance studio, and there was so many people like just wearing all black. Men, women, I think even children. We sign in, we do all that, and it was just like you walk, like you get in a line, and they say like I don't know what the hell a walk is. So I just like I watch and I follow and just do what I feel was with me. And I met a lot of people, like a new best friend to this day. There's some Chicago people actually. They're like, oh, we came from Chicago, and I was like, oh, super cool. So I made one best friend. Like to this day, we're still best friends. And we walked together, like they did partners. Me and that girl did that together. And since then, like that was probably like the change in everything. So like when it was show day, I had just turned my hair pink because it was my birthday like a week prior. So ultimately me changing my hair was a birthday thing. It was a birthday thing. And it was just for fun. I was just like, I've had the same hairstylist and we've always done different colors. So we did the purple, we did red, we did blonde, silver even, which was horrible. But so the pink, I was like, just like, let's just do some pink and like a money piece. And so we did it. So I go into my show like that because, I'm not going to change it. And great show. It was very nice. It was in this like St. James like church. And very nice setting. And I think that's what hit it off. I met with a lot of, besides models, getting, of course, their Instagrams and everything. I got photographers now and designers and just kind of putting myself out there. Like I had like maybe one or two designers, which I was like, okay, I'm happy. But then you can sometimes ask designers like, hey, do you need anybody? Like if their model dropped out. So I asked like this one girl, she was doing like swimwear, and I really like swimwear. I'm very confident, with my body and everything. So I was like, do you need anybody? And just making those connections was super important. And after that, I think that's when like my whole like life really flipped to start. It like just started. I don't even know how to explain it. It just went off. I couldn't stop. And then all of a sudden I've seen another runway casting and then another runway casting. It was like Fashion Fest and everything. And it was just like going. I didn't stop. And then people were catching on like, oh, like who is this like, pink hair and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And in the most humble way, I'm like just so grateful. Like it has changed my life. I don't know if it's the hair. I don't know if it's just the first runway and just really working on my craft and working on every day, working on something to show me. And I'm still finding me to this day, like what it is. Like, is it my tattoos? Is it my piercings? Is it my smile? Is it my hair? Anything like that. So
it's probably a combination.
Yeah.
It's the whole package. It's what like makes you, and it's like how you present yourself.
Yes. Yeah. And since then I've just been happy and working and photographers reach out like, hey, like you seem cool, like do you want to like trade? It's called trade for pics. So it's like kind of like a free shoot, and I'm like, yeah, I need like some exposure and everything like that. So I try to do different concepts all the time. I try not to like keep it the same. And again, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I've been like,
that's really fast. And that's awesome. I love that like you have taken off so quickly.
Yeah.
And I love that you were consistent enough in the beginning in order to build yourself up to that as
That's
well.
important.
Yes.
I think being consistent. And there were times where I wanted to lay back. Like I was like, I don't know if this is for serious. Like obviously started off as a hobby and I enjoyed that hobby and I had my daytime job. So, and then now it's like, it moves so fast. I have to figure out how to balance everything.
Yes.
And it's really hard.
Yeah. So how do you balance everything?
To this day, I still don't have it figured out. So like I have a kid, and I have a daytime job and doing this. So I really try to count the hours and count the days. Like, okay, when do I have my kiddo? Or even I bring her to places. Like, I'm going to expose her to safe environments and good environments. But she's very creative, and I think maybe it's like sparking that. She's very artsy. Like, she's more drawing kind of creative. But I see it now. She'll start posing. She'll break out like. And she's like, I want to be like mom.
Aww.
So, and it's really nice to see. But then she gets really shy when I actually take her to a runway, like tell her to do it. So she's still kind of shy, but balancing that. And if I have no choice, like I bring her, like, I have to neglect her. Of course, like if it's safe and if it's allowed. Some people are like a little weary, but most of the time she's good. She's just shy, and she keeps to herself, keeps busy with coloring stuff. Daytime job, I try to make sure things are like in the night for modeling, but if not, like taking off is not the end of the world. Your work isn't still the money, and I do need that stability and everything, but they can't, like, they have to understand. People have lives.
You still have to pursue your path. You're going to be what you end up being resentful of because you didn't pursue anything else.
Exactly. And every day I say life is short. Like, nothing is stopping me in this life. Because it's all reachable. Like, why do I have to stop just because of like a daytime job? If I can balance it, I will. And if not, I will take that break or so. I just don't like to miss out. I think I really have a case of FOMO, but I'm like controlling that FOMO. If it's like going out or something, just having that like, oh, I missed that runway casting, and I'm like, oh, but it's okay because there's always another one, and I'm very optimistic. I think people would like to say that about me. Very positive, very optimistic. I don't like dwell on things that I don't control. I'm not an angry person. You like really have to break that out of me, which nobody really does.
You're a Cancer like me, aren't you?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So it takes a lot. Like, I'm just nice and positive, and maybe people don't like positivity all the time. It's like where that's like annoying positive, and I try not to be that, but I just don't see the point in being mad all the time every day. And if things don't work out my way, that's okay. That's okay. And I'm okay with living with that.
Yeah, but the thing is, at least you pursued your passions, and you did things that you love.
Yeah, I did it. I do it for me. And when it comes to that, like, relationships are really hard at this time. I'm just trying to stay busy, and some people don't get that. Some people, like, I like to think that they are on my level, or they understand, or when I post, everything looks like fun and dandy and like, oh my god, how does she do it? But then it's like, if you're really in my life, would you be able to handle it? Like, oh, she looks so fun, like, let me see what she's up to. But then, like, they get scared.
So do you deal with like a lot of insecurities when it comes to partners when you date?
You could say that.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble.
You could say that.
Okay.
They'll say it's not insecure, but then I don't know what else you would call it. It's a touchy subject.
We'll glaze over that one. We don't have to dwell on it. But that is something that I've noticed as well is women, or even men, women or men who are doing something that involves any type of spotlight, and oftentimes people who are in entertainment, fashion, music, etc. It is actually difficult to date. And it's difficult to find people who understand what you're doing, understand your brand versus your personal life as well,
Yeah.
and don't get upset with you, like putting
Yeah.
that brand out there.
That is what I've been struggling with, and I just haven't found someone on my level.
Yeah.
Simply, whether it's not even a high of a level, but they don't get it, and I can't explain it any further.
Right.
As much as I try to keep it simple. Like, I don't do certain things. These are things that I have to do for my job. And in a relationship, like, I pick that person as my relation. Pick that person. Pick them every day. So why? I don't stray away. I don't want to stray away. Like, this is business and only business. I've never had to like make my way with certain people to get anywhere anytime.
Right.
I simply was me. And I think the problem is it comes with like that animosity or people have ill intentions. Like, oh, I like her, but I don't like you. It's like a one-way street, but I'm here for business. And if you make it weird, now I just can't work with you.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, I hope that people don't ruin it like that every time.
Yes.
Keep it to yourself. If you like me, keep it to yourself.
Thank you. Because people ruin professional relationships by with women.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, darn. Like, I liked your work.
Yeah.
And I like what you do, but it's not, I'm uncomfortable now.
Yeah, right.
And I wish I have to wiggle on out of there.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, like, honestly, they try it with so many women because it works on a good amount.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean it works on everybody. But
right.
Like, just when they see a certain approach work in a certain way for them, they think they can do that with everyone. But
right.
A lot of us really are just business minded. We just want to collaborate and leave it at that.
Simply. Yeah. And unless I I don't want to say unless I have given you that hint, because I might even not give you that hint. But if I say it, then I intentionally say it, like, oh, I like you,
Yeah.
Let's do something after. But like, most of the time that is rare. Never.
Yeah.
Never. So it has to be intentional. Things have to be intentional on my end,
Yes.
Yeah. That's the industry.
It is, unfortunately. And it doesn't get better as you go up, but you just learn how to maneuver it better, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have any role models, either in life or like with modeling, dancing, any of it?
That's a good question. I mean, if you count, like, I guess my friends, like other models, there's no one in specific that I truly, truly look up and like follow. But like, I take insight all the time, criticism, insight, advice all the time. So it's just seeing my other model friends and seeing them kill it. And I'm like, okay, I could do just that too. And follow along. But there's no like giant role model. Like, I know most people will probably say like Tyra Banks or like anything like that. Like, this was just kind of like, it started off as a hobby. So I was just like, I like it, but I don't like love it. Now I love it. So now I have started like to watch runway shows on my own time, YouTube, or, catch up, all the things, Victoria's Secret, all the brands and stuff like that. And then even locally, just looking up to all my designer friends and model friends. They are my role models.
Yeah.
But no family. I don't really have a lot of family that would do this. I'm kind of like the first, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just kind of like I don't know what you would call it. Making my own wave, like doing my own thing, being me.
100%. I appreciate that answer, because that's actually generally how I kind of respond when people ask me about role models as well. There's nobody that I like would want to model myself after completely.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like you said, very much just myself. But there are people that I respect who, and it's usually the people I know who are also doing what I do. And the people who have helped me grow doing it. Like, those are really the
Yeah, and you just take the little insights and advice that they have, and you
Exactly.
create that own and take it how you take it.
Mm-hmm. So, what has been your biggest challenge so far?
Biggest challenge?
Mm-hmm.
I feel, is it weird? Like, I don't have challenges.
Really? That's good.
I think, like I said, I'm very positive. Very
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Like a challenge would be maybe balancing is at most is my challenge, or creativity. Like I will get in a rut, or I'll like shut for like the month. I don't feel like working with nobody. I feel like burnt out, not from anybody, but just like for myself. Like I'm not creative enough, or I did this concept, or somebody did this concept already. Like, how can I be different? I think that's like challenging. And then I just start to like, I've had a dwindling down, like almost like a hiatus of like shoots, and like that's my biggest challenge.
Okay.
Finding the time. Again, balancing is challenging, but
Mm-hmm.
nothing that has really like put a stop, like end to that, because I just
Okay.
like keep going. Whether if it's like relationships, if they don't like it, like I just still keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Job, like I still keep doing it. I make it happen. I make it happen. So that's like, there's no challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no challenge.
Okay. And do you feel like when you take like those steps back from modeling, on occasion, do you feel like that helps you to be refreshed so that you can keep doing it and keep having the passion for it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll still be on Instagram seeing other people's, and then it re-inspires me. Like at first I'll be like, oh, like I'm not inspired, like I'm not creative enough. But then I'm like, no, they are still going. I could keep going. What can I do to make that shoot different? Like if I really like their concept, and I'm having a blank moment. Just taking a break and like doing my personal life, like catching up on that.
Yeah.
You know, my kid, my exercise, my health, anything like that. I'll focus back on that, and then push back into it, which I think I've done once. I should put a break, but like, and then and you want to spend all your making moments with that person, and once I got again, I had to like just give my attention to that first, and I think that's what it was.
Okay.
That's like what maybe would stop somebody. But then you get re-inspired. Like if that's a good person, you know, I'm like, okay, like let me show you all the cool things I can do, and then work harder with them.
Yeah.
So
very good. I'm listening to you. But okay, so I asked you about your biggest challenges. What have been your most rewarding moments or proudest achievements so far?
I still have like such big goals, but like some achievements I've made, you know, doing like Chicago Fashion Week or just traveling simply for modeling.
Yeah.
Those would be my achievements. I had a really good proud moment when my daughter was in a fashion show we did for Macy's. She wanted to do it with me, so that one I felt really proud of. And every day I'm still thinking like my big goals, like, you know, obviously doing like New York or LA or something, like gotta reach that. And I keep telling myself I will, and I when that time comes, I'm like, I'm not ready.
You'll get there. And the thing is, the opportunity will present itself when you are ready.
Yeah, I think that's what I was just like. Every time I think I'm ready, you know, I could plan the trip and everything like that. Something comes up, and I'm just like, okay, I got to focus on that before I go out or work on my craft a little more. I don't think I have everything in my portfolio that I want to showcase. so expanding that and building, but a lot of minor proud moments and then major proud moments and achievements. But I don't think I can like pinpoint, like I feel like I do a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I lied. I guess it's not fully modeling, but with the connections that I've made, um, my favorite moment would be like uh, being at Pride Fest.
Okay.
I still think about it to this day. Like I'd never been to Pride Fest like all my life. And I love it. I love what they do and stand for and everything. And but now when the opportunity presented itself with my I don't know what you call them, my guy friends, my group, Gego and Noni, they really gave me that opportunity to not only be in their music video, which started it because I was like kind of like the main character. Then they were able to get that performance, and they're like, "Hey, will you join us?" And I'm like, "Heck yeah!" Like, and it was just exhilarating, like being on stage with all these people cheering. And
That's
I don't even do
awesome.
anything. I didn't
Were
sing.
you dancing or?
I was dancing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just like hyping the crowd up, like, "Hey, everyone!" Like, but I was just so nervous. Like, will these people like me? Like, what if I mess up my words or I just look silly? But it was just like a good moment. Like,
Yeah.
it's Pride Fest. They love
Of
a girl
course.
with pink hair. You know?
Yes.
So that was like a good moment in my life.
Yeah.
And I hope to do it again soon. But again, another thing that has unlocked for my next thing, which like my go-go dancing and stuff like that, it all adds up, it all builds. And I take that one thing and I insert it to the other. And it's been a wild ride.
Yeah. Wild, but a good wild, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
It's just so crazy to think that 2 years flies by and I have to say everything humbly because I don't like to come off like when I meet people, I don't say, "Hey, I'm a model," you know, like because it has that like, what do you call it? That animosity of like stuck up or like better than one another and oh, she's just like a bimbo. I've heard that one before.
But the thing is, that usually comes from insecure or jealous people who are upset that they're not doing what they want to with their lives.
Exactly. That's why I don't ever take it. I'm like, but what are you doing? But what are you doing? So, where are they going with that? Oh, so like when I meet people, I don't simply say I'm a model. You know, I'm just me. I'm just happy-go-lucky me. And then everything that comes with it, the way I look is very different. And I'm just so grateful. Like the community knows me, and hopefully in a good way. I don't think I've done anything malicious to anybody, but like humbly saying like when people see me, they're like, I know her, you know, and like it's really nice that the recognition and everything. And I don't let it get to me. Like I actually really disassociate when I'm like out on the street. Cause like one, I know my hair is out there, right?
Yeah.
So I try not to like, I'm still kind of shy. I'm still kind of like
yeah, you just naturally grab eyes and attention.
Yeah, but then I try to hide like I'm just minding my business.
You can't hide.
I
Sorry. You're a pretty girl with bright, hot pink hair. You're not going to hide.
I try to like just mind my business. I literally like I will disassociate everything, and I practice disassociation. Like if that's like something I'm kind of good at. I'll like go into the store, and sometimes I hear it, and sometimes I don't. Like, oh my god, I love her hair, and like then I start to feel rude because like I heard it, but I'm not like thanks. You know,
if they didn't say it to you.
Yeah, and it's just like until or some people do say it, and I like still like dissociate. Like I didn't hear him. I don't want people to talk to me like on the street like sometimes, or like a guy hitting on me. Like I just okay, thanks. Like,
do you have like any like social anxiety, or you just don't like attention? You don't like attention outside of your thing.
Social, like not really social anxiety because I will talk to anybody, but like hopefully not too long or like if the conversation is inappropriate or awkward or something, but it'll be like a split second. Like if I'm out or like on a stage or even runway, I still get nervous. I still get like anxiety, like I'm gonna mess it up, I'm gonna mess everything up. But then it like I snap back. I'm like, life is good. Like you got this. I've done this so many times. What is there to be nervous about? But I do like attention. Just I guess when I want it.
I get it.
When I want it.
Yeah, because there are some days you just don't want anybody to look at you, talk to you.
Yeah.
You want to pretend like you're alone in the world.
Yeah. No, literally. I'm like,
no, I know those days.
yes, especially when I'm looking.
Like I said, as a Cancer, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. But then other days I do want attention, like from a certain somebody.
Yeah.
Or if it's a show, then like, yeah, see me. But I'm grateful for the life I have right now. And I think I really put in a lot of work to build that. Because before I didn't know, like, like who I was, I think. And I'm finally just kind of stepping into that. Like, teenager years were great. And I don't know, high school, it all kind of flashes by. And I try not to get into it, but like, I was obviously in a relationship and like I had my kid and everything. And like I lived that good life and like I'm so grateful for that part. And then I got to move on. Like basically I was like just a mom, right? Just a mom, a housewife. I was still fun. I was still like bubbly, but just kind of just being a mom. And then things changed and then I separated, found myself, had my phase of like never went out before. So like I had like a year of going out, like just hanging out, kicking it with people, venturing around town, being me. And then this came along and then I started getting tattoos and I started getting piercings, just like feel something, find something. What is it? Am I looking for? And then I think I'm finally like I'm sticking to it, like pink. And I like the way I look. People like the way I look. And if they don't, what am I gonna do? Exactly. Like there are people, and I have to remind myself every day that there are people that are looking for me. Like, because when I guess going back to challenges, when I want to go into an industry of like commercials or bridal or something that is standard, and I don't give standard, I don't look standard, and that's like a challenge. Like how can I get in there? But then I remind myself, if they wanted me, they would want me. You know? They're looking for, and that's what I remind myself. And now there are people that reach out. I want you in my music video. I want you. You are the perfect fit for this. You are, and that's like what keeps me going. So I don't get discouraged as much anymore. I keep it pink. I keep it just lighthearted and me. And that's what I keep trying to change it though. I do try to break through. Like, no, I can do bridal. Like, I look great in a wedding dress, and there's going to be weddings that look like this, you know?
Exactly. Because realistically, like not everybody looks like people in like mainstream commercials. Yeah. Like it's just not how the world is anymore.
Yeah. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to break through, make a change if I can, like be the change you wish to see.
Yeah.
And I don't really know how I'm fully doing that, but I'm trying. I'm trying.
You're doing it. Even if you don't see it yet, eventually you're going to look back and see exactly what it was.
Yeah. Yes, that would be a challenge.
So I know you said that the pink was for your birthday. What made you stick with it? And do you plan on sticking with it like as long as you can?
Yes.
Okay.
I think, like I said, people recognize me, and I'd hate to like just say like that's just me. Like if I were to cut my hair, change my hair, like I'd hope people would still recognize me and love me for who I am. But like, I think I will keep it for a while. Like some days I do have like I'm ready to change. I'm ready, but then I'm like, no, No, I'm not. No,
Yeah.
I'm not. So I think maybe a couple more years.
Okay.
And see how far. But it takes me in a lot of places. It
Mhm.
breaks me in rooms that I probably shouldn't be in. You
Yeah.
know, or people
Because
don't-
it's different.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I like to think like I'm not the only person with colored hair.
Right.
I don't really get why it's so special, but I just accept it as it is.
I think
And-
it's more about the complete look versus just your hair. I think you just have like a very unique look about you, and I think adding like that unique hairstyle with it just makes you stand out more.
I've heard a lot of people say that like that fits you. Like,
yeah,
like
it really
if you
does.
were born with like pink hair, like and like the complexion and so on. Like really, like it just looks natural. Like I don't know what I would look without it. You know,
Yeah.
at that point, I don't know what I would look without it. I don't remember the days. But yeah, I keep up with it, and I have a really great hairstylist. Like people ask all the time, "How's your hair so healthy?" This is 2 years, like 2 years going, and like my hair probably should be completely frayed off.
Yeah, and it looks really healthy.
And if it's I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Since I had it and realized what it's worth, you know, I definitely religiously like take care of it. I see my stylist. She does her magic. She has good products. She knows how far not to go with bleach and everything like that. And then I do the after work. I wash my hair once or twice a week, but I shower for my hair. I keep it once or twice a week because the dye
over dries or washes out.
Yeah, I still have like the water is pink. Like my bathroom, bloody murder. Like yeah, I feel bad. But and cold water only. Like I torture myself with cold water and shampoo, like shampoo conditioner, like a bougie brand, and after products. All the good after products, like not drugstore products, which, you know, if it works for you, but I'm very religious. Like if I have to spend my money, I'm going to take care of it. I think my hair and nails those are my biggest joys. So I'm going to invest that money into myself.
Yeah.
And that's what I enjoy the most. I love crazy designs. I love pink. I love taking care of what needs to be taken care of. Like everybody has their addiction, right? I guess
right, exactly.
So that's like my addiction, and I'm gonna take care of it for a while. Yeah, so
as you should.
I'm trying to grow my hair out. I was thinking about going bald. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie. Like,
and you know what? That would still work if you like shaved it and dyed it. That would actually be kind of fire. But let me not sit here and talk.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, no, I'm not ready.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk you into doing that.
I'm not ready. I think I have a really big head.
A big head?
Yeah.
Like the back of it?
I don't know. I don't know what the back even looks like, but like at least the front is very round. I couldn't see it when I tried to like hide my hair. I'm like, oh.
No, I could see it. I think you could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day, I do want to do it. Like I take a lot of risks, and I like to try things once. So maybe one day.
Just not yet. When you're feeling really brave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe when I'm like completely done with the pink, and then like dye pink, but then I have nowhere else to go. Like with the pink, so like, cut it.
Yeah.
I've always had a bob, and this is probably its longest it's been, but I'll go for a good bob. I love a bob.
Yeah. Bob is very cute for you. So, networking. How do you go about networking?
Like in what way?
Like, okay, so basically just how do you network with, how do you meet new designers and find different shows to be in and just connect with different people in your industry?
Definitely just kind of taking everybody's Instagram or contact info, and I'm realizing like really trying to store it or like organize nice, like with their first name, last name, like where do I know you from? Oh my gosh, I couldn't tell you how many, like I hate being rude, and like I said, people recognize me, but I don't. I don't recognize
You're
you.
just like, hey,
No, literally, I play it off.
I know that feeling.
I'm like, how are you? Oh my God. Yeah.
So good to see you.
Literally that. And I'm just like, I know where they're from, but I don't remember where they're from. So that's what like it bites me in the butt. I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. I don't know who you are. They know me. And I'm like, but yeah, just like having organized names and numbers and Instagram obviously is a big one. I try to keep it there. I keep all my business pretty much on Instagram. Facebook is personal for me. And then numbers, I guess, easy access. But Instagram, at least I have your face. But sometimes I even forget people's ats. Like their ats will be some crazy stuff. And I'm like, I don't even know what your name was to go with your at. Like if it doesn't match, you'll type in their first name and nothing pops up because it's like an initial or a nickname. And I'm like, it's but I try to network a lot with who I feel most comfortable with, of course. And if it's kind of like reciprocated, I try to reciprocate. Everyone always was like, oh, you follow and they don't follow you back and stuff like that. And like everyone gets all weird about it. It's like, why do I want to follow you? No. But no, I try to like follow people, even if they don't follow me back. I still am interested in their work.
I'm gonna be honest. I straight up unfollow people if they don't follow me.
There are some people that I'm like, I think at that point that's where I go like, am I interested in your work though, or like, am I interested in what you post? Not really. Then I'll unfollow. But if I do, and they don't follow me, I'm like, okay, I'll take that. Like, I still like what they post and stuff like that. So, but I do that too.
Well, it might be petty, but
I'm just like, why wouldn't you want to follow me? What? The amount of
I just don't like feeling like somebody's fan because I'm just not a fanned out bitch.
So I feel that. I'm just like, and then the people that unfollow me, I'm like, damn, what did I do? Am I annoying?
Yes. And like for a while,
life.
it was like every time I posted, I would lose like 5+ followers. And I think sometimes I don't even know what it is. Like, what do you think it is that makes people just unfollow you for posting?
When it comes to me, I don't know. I'm fucking annoying. I'm not gonna lie, I'm annoying.
Like annoying online, you think?
Yeah, like I just be posting. I literally post for me, or I post for people. Like I don't want you to think like I'm going through heartbreak. You're going through heartbreak. I'll give you the advice, right? Like I just keep people on their toes, and then I just show a glimpse of like my real life, my kid, or my outings. Like, when I'm just being me. I love karaoke. I'm not good, but I love karaoke, and I'll showcase that. And I try to sometimes showcase some hardships. Like clearly, when I post things in my feels, and I'm in my feels, but I have to feel it, and I like everything that resonates. I post it, like I repost it because it resonates, and I'm authentically me as much as I can be on social media, right? But I think people just are
people don't like authenticity.
Maybe they're annoyed, and like I think people think like, oh, she's just sexy, and like she does this and this, and like, but there's like so much more, and they probably want more of that, and I don't do all that.
Oh, I feel you.
So I don't know why people unfollow though. I couldn't. Maybe they just are haters. Maybe they're just like,
honestly, sometimes
sick of my
haters.
shit.
Sometimes it's haters. Sometimes it's someone who's thirsty who you don't give enough attention.
Oh my god, yeah, that one too.
Back.
All the time.
All
the time. I'm like, dang. Or even like at least just be on the sideline. Like just like, are you sure you want to go? But I guess.
Hey, sexy. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
With no response.
Yeah.
For like a year.
Yeah. And then when I post a man, like even if they're not my man or like something, like I'll unfollow.
Yeah.
I didn't even say they were my man.
Yeah, that definitely happened to me too.
They were like, one guy was like, damn, it's like that, huh? Like it wasn't like anything, but
and it was never like that with you anyway.
So I don't know. I don't take it too personal, but I do see the numbers. I got like the insight for like business profiles, you know? And I'll be like one, like, even a day. I'm like five on follows. Are you sure?
Yeah. I try not to pay too much attention to it, to be honest, because it does bother me more than it should.
Yeah.
Like, so I've slowly
I wish I
let
would
it
show you
stop
who.
bothering me. I do too.
Because
Because
I'm
like honestly, if you're gonna unfollow me, like do it with your chest.
I'm like, who did that?
Yeah.
Why? So then I do look into my following
I do that
or
too.
my followers. I don't know
And
which
unfollow
way. And then I kind of
everybody.
like look like I just suspect, like I just know, like
Mhm.
no, they would stay following me. I haven't heard from this person in a while. I don't think they follow me anymore. So I'll check and I'll check their followers to see if I'm in there. If I don't
Yeah.
pop up that first, like usually it pops up 1st.
Mhm.
And
I do that too.
I'm
No.
like, damn, it's like that.
Yeah.
So
Then I unfollow. I told you I'm petty.
Yeah.
I will not, like, if you unfollow me, there's literally no reason for me to sit here and watch your stuff where you felt some type of way about me to the point where you couldn't even see me post something.
yeah, right. And I
So-
don't even post nothing like it's just my work.
Yeah,
I just post my
exactly.
work. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even really do too much of my personal life too. I try to like showcase the cute moments or intimate moments, but I try to keep it just work. But yeah. But if you go way down, which we won't even talk about, is Instagram, I see it as like my book. It's more for like me even. Like if
Yeah.
I'm fucking, out of here, you'll see all my phases of life. I have
Yes.
shit from. I've had one Instagram for my entire life, luckily.
Aw.
So you'll see the 13-year-old me,
Mhm.
like with the blurry ass camera and everything, and I keep it because I had to remind myself, like that's who I was, and there's no hiding, and I don't look the same, and I look busted, but
You were 13.
I know that camera quality was crazy. I just remind myself like that's who I was. Or even my mom phases, I had a bunch of like of my kid on there. And sometimes it's not safe, so I just kind of like lessen back. But I don't like to delete it, or even like my baby daddy. I'm like I keep a couple on there because it reminds me of like who I was.
Yeah.
And
It's your life story.
yeah, I don't keep like all my exes, but like it's just like he was like the main one, my kid's dad and stuff. So I don't really like him, but and I'll say that with my chest now. Just to remind me where I came from, how I grew, what I looked like. I had phases, hair, makeup. I looked way different, but still the same in the face, and that's just my book. Instagram's my book.
Yeah.
And if something doesn't fit, I'll just kind of like archive it. I won't delete it. I'll just hide it.
Yeah.
But just to show me the memories, look back.
Yeah. I agree. All right, we can start wrapping up soon, but I feel like we might have touched on this a little bit, but I want to ask you a little bit more in depth. Like, what are your goals for modeling, and like, where do you see yourself in the future?
That's a good question. I try not to think too much about future because I just don't control it, and I'm just keeping things in my control. But 2025, what does that look like? I might take that year like to retune things, or like since I have my base already and all my connections and my brand and everything, I'm really gonna like try and kick it into gear of fine tuning things and who I want to work with, and I'm gonna start charging. And I just took these 2 years to really build that and like build my reputation and everything, but now I'm gonna start setting some basically boundaries and some prices and everything. Like it's not gonna be as free willy-nilly, you know. Definitely like more dancing now that I'm with my group.
Did we ask you about that at all?
No.
Oh, can we?
That's okay. Like I have a lot of side things. Everybody's always
Yeah.
like I said, I post everything in my life as much as I want you to see. But like I said, I love karaoke. I'm in a new dance group called Hustle Entertainment. So it's like go-go dancing or like just like not even go-go dancing, but what do you call it? Like talents, like fire dancing and hula hoops and stilt walking
Oh,
and
that's cool.
like whatever you might need for entertainment needs. Like
Yeah.
we might have that for that talent.
Okay.
So I personally just do dancing, but we do have like some fire like breathers, dancers, something like that, or even more like acrobats. I don't really know. I just joined, but they have a lot of girls with a lot of talents. And dancing, I think I'm finding that I've always liked dance. I just never got to do it, I think. And I think that's what the childhood in me, because I really wanted to do palms in high school. And I got not rejected, but I wasn't allowed to according to like the athletic director or some shit like that. So I was like, okay. So I didn't really get to dance, and maybe I should have always been like a cheerleader or a palms girl or something. So then I just um, took the time now when I said I was finding myself. I found some classes at Salute Society. You know, they're big.
That's with Chris Gilbert.
Yeah, I've seen
Or
him. He has classes, but
there.
yeah, Tony's like down there. I don't even know how I got started there. I think there was a casting there once, and then I was like, "Oh, what is this place?" And then I looked into it, and then I got into a dance class, and then it just again zoomed out of there. So I've done like a reggaeton class, a heels class, and then now I kind of strictly fit to a twerk fit or her move now, but it was called twerk fit, and Cindy's a great instructor. I love her. She is. I I don't even know like how she's so good. She's so good. So like that's like another role model. I'm like I'm gonna be a good dancer, and I religiously go to those classes. Like those are my outlets. Dancing is my outlet for sure. So I don't try to miss a class ever. And it's been 2 years. So I've been going for 2 years. I show up as much as I can. And I really think I have an improvement. Like I was shy. I had like no idea what to do. But now like, technique is important. It's not just like doing whatever. Like it's a technique, it's the work, it's breath work, breathing, having that stamina, everything like that. So that plays into that was just my for fun, my outlet. And now I found that dancing is a good passion of mine. So I auditioned for Hustle, and now I'm getting paid to dance, you know? And music speaks to me. I think just kind of having like that ethnicity, like background. So too.
Well, do you want to say what it is, your background? Just because I know after you said it, people are going to wonder.
Yeah.
Not the full story, just
yeah, no. So I'm just half Vietnamese and half Puerto Rican, and just kind of finding that out. But it always made sense. Music like goes through my body.
Mhm.
Like I'm just like I don't stop moving. I don't just stand there and like I like full out. I'm feeling it through my soul and everything. And I'll play music 24/7. Sleep, shower, car, cleaning. You know, probably all the basics, working, all that stuff. So my days are just full of music. I look up music. I know Fridays has a drop, so I look like New Music Friday. Who dropped what? And I try to keep up with everybody, local, you know, the mainstream. Just keeping up with the pop news and everything like that.
Yeah.
So it has all played a part. And now, like I said, I get paid to dance and be cute and just do that for a little bit. I think I'm just trying it out. So
I love that for you.
yeah, I try to be versatile.
Yeah.
Dancing, singing, modeling, acting. I've done a little acting.
Yeah.
I'm not the greatest, but like I'm working on it. I'm too like smiley. Like I can't.
It's
I cannot
like,
be serious.
The emotion that on the pages.
They'll be like, oh, I just did I did a little commercial for a cereal, and I was just like trying not to smile. Well, smiling is so easy for me, you know. I couldn't, like I said, I can't be mad. So it's like acting would be definitely something to work on. Like I probably need classes and stuff like that, but I try.
Yeah.
I can't be serious. I'm so unserious about life. I think
I
that
feel
that's
you.
another thing. Like people are like, I'm just unserious. Like life works out. Like unless something really traumatic or unfortunate has happened,
Yeah.
but still, life is like unserious.
It really is. And you know what? It took me a lot of bullshit to realize how unserious most of this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you want to break up with me? Okay. Like, I'm serious. Like
Mhm.
you don't want to do my work or work with me? Okay. You know,
Yeah.
it's not something to dwell on.
Right.
It keeps
No.
going. It just keeps going.
Exactly.
And I remind myself, but people are really stuck like on the past, uh, just changing the past or changing like things they can't control. And I'm like, why are you doing that? You're gonna stress yourself.
Yeah.
And
And
I
it gets heavy.
Yeah.
You just carry that. And then it affects like everything else in life.
It's
So
not much.
not worth it.
Yeah.
All right. So my very final question. Do you have any advice or encouragement for any creatives out there or anyone who's looking to get into modeling?
Oh, like I said, these are good questions. um, I've always struggled with that question because people do come to me like, how did you get started?
Mm-hmm.
And my story is so like I said, I told you like my manager and like people have led me that direction, but otherwise it was just like me putting in that work and learning and taking advice and insight and tweaking it. Um, so I just don't want my story to be like that start to their story. But simply put, I say you have to put yourself out there. You
Yeah.
just like you go to that casting and you show up and you might not have no idea what you're doing, but you fake it or you follow what these other people might be doing, and they probably don't know what they're doing either.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I'm doing either. When people ask me that, like, "Hey, like, how can I be like you?" I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Are you sure? Like, I look like, are you sure? Like, I don't know. I have a lot of people that do come up to me, like younger models. I'm like, I just don't want to lead them wrong, but just kind of finding their brand and their niche. And
Yeah.
like I said, like I can't say, yeah, dye your hair,
Right.
like because like,
Yeah.
but that worked for me. So it's like, I don't know if it'll work for you. I don't want to
Exactly.
lead you wrong. So I be authentically you.
Yes.
Like you will find somebody that will fit your group or your brand or your niche or something. And hopefully you just kind of enjoy that and go with it or find something else and change the niche. Like I said, I don't want to be standard anymore. I want to be weird. I want to
Yeah.
be funky.
Mhm. You want to be a visual representation of
Yeah.
like yourself.
I think pink, I'm kind of like realizing like I think it's love, and I'm always trying to give love and look for love and receive love and positivity. So pink like really makes me feel better. Anything pink or bright colored, even
Yeah.
colored it brings me that. So like you said, visual representation, and I think that's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
But advice wise, it's so open-ended. Of being yourself. It
Right.
sounds
Be
so.
yourself.
It sounds so like repetitive. Like
It
yeah,
does,
be yourself.
but to be honest, like it does sound like something everybody says, but that's because it is the realest advice that you can give.
yeah,
Because you can't imitate somebody else and
Yeah.
expect things to go a certain way.
right,
You have to put yourself out there, but you have to put your authentic self out there.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing else to it. If you don't want to be serious, don't be serious. If you want normal colors, normal colors. Like find what makes you happy.
Yeah. Find what makes you happy.
It's so like so
Cliche.
Yeah, cliche.
A little,
like,
but the thing is, it really is true. It wouldn't be cliche if there wasn't truth to it.
that's
So,
true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Mhm.
Something like that.
All right. Well, everyone, that was today's episode of KB's Community here with model Jade Mai. Thank you so much, Jade, for coming.
Thank you.
Love
Thank
getting
you.
to sit down and talk to you and get to know you
Yeah.
a little bit.
I've always wanted to do this.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm so glad you're here, and I'm glad that we got to do this. And hopefully we get to do it again.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Of course. And thank you all for tuning in. And we'll catch you next time on KB's Community.